Birria, but make it a bath bomb. Is it any good? Hi, I'm Sydney and welcome back to my Flock and Squawk, and today we are going to be trying the Birria bombs, which apparently they're on TikTok and everything, but the first time I saw this was something my mom sent me or showed me, and it is essentially all that you could need for Birria in what looks like a little bath bomb, and then you just add water and meat to either a slow cooker, a pressure cooker, which is what we're doing, or on the stovetop, and then you have perfect Birria, apparently. So this package was $20 and it comes with 2 of the bombs. Each bomb does 4 pounds of meat. So we've just done one to try out, and this is the packaging. I'll give an up-close view, and basically you take your 4 cups of water per bomb, 4 pounds of meat per bomb, put that in your pressure cooker, add the little bomb itself. I'll show you this one. And then you just cook according to the instructions. For the pressure cooker, it's high for 1 hour and 45 minutes, and on ours we have about 13 left. So I will be showing that to you very soon. But this is what it looks like. It literally does look like a bath bomb, and you just toss it in. You don't break it up or anything. So that's what we've done, and I've got it just waiting here, so we will give it a taste test soon. It even has serving instructions on the back, which is, you know, corn tortilla preferable, cheese, birria meat, top with chopped onion, cilantro, salsa, and lime, and then you enjoy. And then it also talks about how you can dip a tortilla in the birria juice, fry it with cheese and all of that. But yep, we are going to try this out as soon as it gets out of the slow cooker and see exactly how well it does and if it is comparable to the Birria that we've had. Connor and my mom are also going to be trying it, so maybe I'll infuse some of their thoughts when we open it up. So as you can see, the meat seems to be pretty fall apart, which after pressure cooking for that long, I would hope so. And it smells really good. It does look like Birria broth with the red color. So let's make up a couple tacos and see what it's like. I think that we might need to just try it on its own first in a little bowl and then do the taco. But let me grab Connor and we can get a second opinion because this is looking really good. So I'm going to put some in a bowl and Connor and I are going to take a little taste and then we'll do tacos and have our final decisions. So Connor and I are here and I put just a little bit in this bowl and I splashed myself trying to show you. But literally just the meat, water, and the Birria bath bomb of sorts. And the meat is still in chunks, but it super fork tender, just falls right apart into shreds. Yeah. So, would you like to take the very first bite?
Oh, sure.
As our most knowledgeable person about Birria. And I'll take my bite. It does smell super good.
The broth is very good.
I think the broth definitely has the most flavor. The meat is still just not quite...
It hasn't like absorbed the flavor very much.
Maybe when we shred it up and just kind of let it hang out for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And as a total package, it will maybe be a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it definitely has a good flavor in the broth.
It does have a good flavor. It is definitely Birria flavor.
Yeah.
The beef just needs to be broken up and kind of soak in it for longer to get like more of the flavor imparted upon it. But when you do the dip into the broth, do that as the taco, and then have that as dipping juice, I feel like you might not necessarily know that it was literally a seasoning bath bomb.
Yeah, if you take a bite of the meat like that, once it's already been ripped apart and kind of soaked in it a bit more, it's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely shred the beef before you serve it.
Yes, shred and maybe let it just sit for a little bit. Mm-hmm. This definitely seems like the kind of thing that you might be able to get away with pressure cooking the day before and then letting sit and then reheating the next day for the guests. Or like for more of a party situation. Because that always imparts more flavor. Mm-hmm. And you can't really shred the meat before you make it.
Yeah, no.
You could cut it into smaller chunks, but then the shreds of meat would be smaller.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best way to do.
Yeah, I think, just getting it, like, it's super tender, so... It's
very, very tender, especially anytime you cook meat in a pressure cooker, it gets really tender just because of the nature of it. Mm-hmm. And I'm very impressed by the ball of seasoning.
Yeah.
It's a very large ball, but you don't, like, break it up or anything before you put it in, so you're just kind of, like, dropping in, letting it do its thing, and just hoping that it turns out. But I feel like, as someone who's never made birria before, this is, like, the least resistance I've had to making something that seems complicated.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think especially for what it is, like, just the ease and going for it. And then, like I said, it's a good flavor. It was just that first bite I had of the meat where it hadn't really imparted the flavors on it. But once it gets a chance to kind of soak it up a little bit or saturate the shreds, it's pretty good. And then the juice itself, the actual consomme, is pretty good.
Yeah, I think that is really good. As is, just not even assembled into a taco. I would give it a 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not the best birria that I've ever had, but for something that we made at home in under 2 hours, literally just dropping stuff into a pot, that's really hard to go wrong.
Yeah, rating it on that scale, I'd agree. It's right there, because it's quick, for all things considered.
Quick and very, very easy. So, especially since, like, if you aren't really sure on the process on how to make birria, like, I don't know what goes into it, and I know that it's much longer of a process. Definitely, I would suggest trying this. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so we're going to make some tacos, probably off camera, and then we will give our final ratings of eating it as an actual meal and not just a little bowl. So we just ate our tacos, and they were really good.
Yeah, it was pretty darn good.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely the type of birria that's best if you dip it.
Yeah, it's better as the consomme. Yeah.
Most of the flavor is in that broth that it ends up making. Yeah. But while I was doing the tortillas and, like, had dipped it in the consomme, I did it on the flat top, I had shredded the meat and had it in the sauce. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that helped a little bit. Yeah,
it gave it a little bit better. And it's like, as far as, if you were rating it on the whole birria scale, it's probably more close to like a 6-ish.
Yeah, it's 5-ish. Very mid. I feel like a 5 out of 10 is
like, it's not
the
bad.
Solid rating. There is definitely, it's not the best, but it's not bad. I feel like it's a solid attempt at birria, especially, it says authentic Mexican birria in minutes. So, you know, there's only so much you can expect out of essentially a bath bomb instead of doing the whole actual process required to make authentic, proper birria.
Yeah, but as for what it is, I would, give it an 8 just for counting everything of what it is. I would do it again. I can't remember the price on it.
So this was $20 alone, and then the meat... Yeah. My mom ended up buying because we were having family dinner, and it was about $50 for the amount of meat that she purchased, which we didn't use all of that meat for this. But it's still, I feel like the price doesn't necessarily negate going out and having it at a restaurant.
Yeah, I just mean $10 to just drop it in and have it and then you have a whole meal prep. That's not.
And depending on what cut of meat you choose, it will definitely vary the price. But this... pretty good, especially since it's shelf stable. You can just have it in your pantry. You aren't having to acquire onions and cilantro and stuff other than what you want to eat with your birria. You're not having to acquire other things in quantities.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not sure exactly what goes into authentic birria, but I know with a lot of recipes that I have tried in the past, baking, cooking, I end up with, like, one ingredient that I only used for that one thing, and then whereas this... I would never have to worry about having an excess of one type of thing that I only use for this.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I think for instant factor, I'll stick with my 8 out of 10.
Yeah, me too.
For general Birria, 5 out of 10 is definitely an acceptable.
Yeah, because it's not bad.
It's not bad. Definitely the consommé that you end up getting is the best part of it.
Yeah, definitely pretty. I like it.
And it made quite a few, or quite a large quantity. It was 3 people. Connor and I each had 2 tacos. My mom had 1, and we have plenty of leftovers hidden behind me that you can't really see. But yeah, I think it's enough for a larger party or...
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know exactly about its claims, because it says serves 10 to 15 people. I'm not sure...
The whole bag, maybe?
Yeah, maybe the whole bag. Not entirely sure on the advertising portion of that, especially since this is 4 pounds of beef per bomb.
Yeah.
So 8 pounds of beef sounds like plenty for 10 to 15 people. And
I think one thing I would like to try is cutting the suggested beef that they're saying in half. And then using just that, like use 1 bomb for half the amount of meat, because I feel like the flavoring, because that was what is bringing it down for me, is like it's a little bit weak on the flavor. It's a little I don't want to say bland.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little weaker.
Comparison to going to a restaurant and having Birria, it is a weaker flavor.
So I'd like to, I think it's worth trying that, like of doing a half, one bomb
or both bombs to the 1 portion of meat.
Exactly. So
yeah, but I think that is definitely a success, and I'm interested because the same brand offers like tikka masala.
Yeah.
And a couple other options.
Was one of the things.
Yes, and then there are other like copycat type. I don't know if this is the original idea to the bombs, but there are other ones that have like seasoning packets that are the bomb shape that aren't this brand. That would be interesting to try at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that pretty much sums up all of our thoughts here. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you flock and squawk again with us sometime. Bye.